Hello, Jacob here. And tonight I'm going to discuss the Minnesota Vikings Week 3 opponent, the Oakland Raiders. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. So yeah, as you all know, the Minnesota Vikings are coming off of a very, very disappointing loss, in which in the last video I shared my displeasure there with Kirk Cousins and also the refereeing, which that's again just ugh. Yet again, the refereeing is ruining the game. And like I say, it wasn't even just in the Vikings game, but in the Saints game as well. But like I say, that's a whole new topic for a different day, honestly, because I could make like a 45-minute video just how the refs and the very inconsistency of the sports and all that stuff. But yeah, I mean, everyone's already talk that till they're blue in the face. But anyway, back to the Week 3 preview. The three things that I want to see us do against the Oakland Raiders. By the way, shout out to Pistol. Hopefully all is going well with you, and good luck this weekend. But anyway, back to the video at hand. The three things that I'm going to be looking to see with the Minnesota Vikings are: which Kirk Cousins shows up. Are we going to have the Kirk Cousins that finds a rhythm and just kind of, takes what the defense gives him and, just moves the ball down the field? Or are we going to have the Kirk Cousins that's going to try to play Superman and, cost us the game? Hopefully it's the former and not the latter. Number two, how will our defense fare against John Gruden and Derek Carr? The Oakland Raiders may not have a lot of big weapons per se, but Derek Carr can still throw a football pretty well. They have some decent receivers, they have a decent run game, and they have a decent offensive line. Like I say, any given Sunday, it doesn't matter how worldly, your defense is, or how worldly an offensive line is. Anything can happen on any given Sunday. So, with that being said, I would love to see us get pressure on Derek Carr, because honestly, I think we can. Their offensive line in Oakland really doesn't scare me at that much, but we'll see how that goes. And then also, how will the special teams look? Can Dan Bailey actually kick a long field goal? Because in that Packers game, he missed a couple of crucial kicks, but one of them wasn't his fault. One of them was after the Diggs stupid touchdown penalty that backed it up like 15 yards and then got blocked. Not really much you can do there, but... And then the 48-yarder that missed wide. So the Vikings kicking woes strike once again. But hopefully we can end up, moving down the field and getting some touchdowns instead of trying to settle for field goals. And also, Diggs, Thielen, Rudolph, are they actually going to be more prominent again this week? Rudolph finally got into the game last week, but really not as much as I personally would have liked, even though he did have an awesome almost catch. And Diggs, let's just hope he can bounce back, because he was definitely frustrated, and that offensive pass interference call probably awoken a beast that is rarely seen from him. And hopefully we don't really see much, bad things again, because, that kind of cost us again. But like I say, woulda, coulda, shoulda. At the end of the day, we still had a chance to win that game. And how do we bounce back and move forward? Because we're 1-1, the season's still young. We have a very favorable matchup at home against the Raiders. Let's do it. Let's take down the Oakland Raiders and move to 2-1. And then we have a date with Chicago. And that brings me to my last point. Don't overlook the Raiders. Remember last year when we played the Buffalo Bills and we thought that was going to be a cakewalk? don't overlook any team, period. Because that's how you lose. And those games at the end of the year can come back to bite you in the butt when it comes to playoff positioning and making the playoffs or missing. But like I said before, this is sort of my Week 3 preview, as well as a little rant from Week 2. And until we meet again, this is Jacob signing out, and Skol Vikings. Let's get this W, baby.